Hello, beautiful people. This is Gypsy Spirit here, giving you your weekly tarot reading, and I believe we're working into the first week of July. So, June 30th through July 6th is what we're looking at. And if you're from Charleston, like I am, if you're living in Charleston, damn, it's hot. So somebody saw me the other day and said, you look so sad. I said, no, I'm not sad, I'm just hot. And when I get hot, I get bitchy. So that's why I've been staying indoors a lot, because it's too hot for me and I don't like to be bitchy. So anyway, let's take a look at the cards. We're rolling into a new moon, so we're starting to embrace new things. As we've let things go that are no longer serving us, we're now embracing new things. So your first card is a Page of Cups. So remember, Cups is all about emotional healing and spiritual things, love. Your next card is a Ten of Wands. So 10 is always, an ending of some kind. And then Page of Wands in reverse. So Wands is always about work. I'm trying to get this away from the light, the glare of the light. And so anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So you have a Page of Cups. Looks like maybe for some of you, the things that you have been manifesting, you may not be getting clarity on exactly how to go about following out your manifestations or following through with your dreams or the things that you want to do. Your Ten of Wands is telling you that it's almost over. You have felt like for a long time that you've been carrying the burden all by yourself and doing everything all by yourself. And now it's coming to an end. And all these things that you have been feeling like you've been having to pull the load all alone, you will be getting help very soon. So there's an ending to that. It's also what I'm getting from many of you. This is really cool. So what I'm getting from many of you, look at all the work that they've done. It's like you're about ready to harvest. Gosh, let me see if I can fix this light, because there's too much of a glare. Oh well. Well, it's not working as well as I thought it would work. Maybe I'll just take a picture of the card. Oh, that's a little bit better. Okay, so you can see look at the field in the back there, and look how I guess this is like a rabbit. This is the Alice in Wonderland deck. I think it's a rabbit. So the rabbit here looks like harvesting what he or she's been working so hard on, and even carrying a load. See the carrying of the load all by herself or himself. It's like you've been working really hard on a project all by yourself. And what this card is telling me is that your ship is about ready to come in. It's coming to an end. The things that you've been doing, the things that you've been manifesting, it's ready. It's ready for you to go with it. Also the Page of Wands. Again, Wands is about work, and this is in reverse. And it looks like now you're finally getting some clarity as to what you were supposed to do. Like if this card was turned this way, it would be like you're still thinking, the page is all about something new, some sort of new manifestation that's come to you, a new idea. And you're trying to put it all together, you're trying to get clarity on it. But with it in reverse like this, it's telling me that, the game plan is finally coming through. So it's working. It's working. You're harvesting. There was a time when you were trying to figure out what exactly it was you wanted to do, couldn't figure it out, finally got it, and now the thing that you've been working on and manifesting for so long is now finally coming to an end, and you're actually going to have help with it. And the trying to figure things out for so long is finally coming to a halt. You're finally getting it together. I always tell little personal stories along the with these, and this is actually a good thing. My son, he came to our meditation, our full moon meditation, a couple of weeks ago during our full moon ritual, which is very unusual for my 20-year-old. And Lisa Tootin and I, she's a seer healer. We both walked around and we both, put hands on people and did the hands-on healing and did a lot of energy work. And, when it came to my son, I have so many things for my son that I want to see him do. And he's 20 and he can't drive because he can't pass the eye exam. He was born with cataracts. And although he's had many surgeries throughout the years, he still cannot pass the eye exam. And he also has severe scoliosis, which he gets by on that. He works at Earth Fair. He's been working there for almost a year, and he's making $9.50 an hour. He got out of high school and didn't want to go to college, and he was working for $9.50 an hour. And I thought, wonder how long this is going to last. And I've always been very supportive of him. And he swore that he would never go to college. He was not going to go to college. He was sick of school, hated it, and he was going to figure out a way to make money. So, okay, more power to you, right? And he's lived with me. He's kind of like my roommate. He looks after me, and I look after him, so it kind of works out. But it was amazing that after we did the full moon ritual, and it was all about letting go of things that were holding us down, I kid you not, within less than a week's time, he had already been doing some investigating about doing some work with Amazon. And I don't meddle into his business much. If he wants to talk to me about things, he will. But this kid has instruments that he does not play. He has stuff that he doesn't use. And so he decided that he was going to try this thing with Amazon and see how it worked for him. And he also reads tarot cards, and he was reading some of his own tarot cards, and I mean, everything was lining up. And he came to me and told me that he was going to sell all of his stuff, looking to make $1,000, so he could use that $1,000 to invest in whatever it is he needs to invest in. Okay, so I have been for many, many years been working on bath and body products. Like I make bath fizzies and candles and essential oils and things of that nature. My bath fizzies do really well, and I've enjoyed making them. So he's telling me about how he has to buy things in bulk, and then he's going to sell them on Amazon. And I was out doing some work one day, and it came to my mind that I should offer to make the bath fizzies for him, and he can put them on Amazon and sell them. We both make some money. So when I told him about that, he didn't say yes right away. He started looking it up. He started doing a little research on bath fizzies and how marketable they are on Amazon, and the prices, and just did some research on it. And he was like, yeah, I think this will work, Mom. So this is something that I had been manifesting for a really long time in making my bath fizzies, and always wanting to put them out on Amazon, but not really knowing how to do it with all the technology and stuff. I can make them. I just don't want to have to bother with the internet and all that. But that's something that he can do. So for many of you, and we plan to send these out to Amazon within the next week or two. But what I'm saying is that for many of you, you've been in the same situation. You've been manifesting something for a long, long time, and you're finally now putting it together. It's finally all this manifestation, all the work you've done, trying to figure it out, doing research on what you needed to do, or learning how to make what you wanted to make, such as in my case, bath fizzies. I can't tell you how many bath fizzies I've made over the past 2 years. Many of them have gone in the trash. So, it's like it's all finally coming full circle. So here we are in the new moon. So it is a new phase for you in this project, this manifestation that you've had for so long. So now it's moving into the next step. So this is a really good thing. And I remember last week, one of the cards I believe was the wheel card, which was change. So, things were progressing, things are moving very quickly. We are all making a lot of shifts. And one of the things that I'm learning, because doing the tarot readings on Mondays and especially the past life on Fridays, goodness, I'm finding that a lot of people are really coming into their own awakening these days. And we're getting ready to hit retrograde. So I saw something on Facebook where it said in retrograde, make sure you hide your phone or something, so that you don't call your ex. And I remember looking at that and thinking, yeah, that's not going to happen in my case. I don't need to hide my phone. But retrograde is all about going back and looking at your past, or it just kind of brings you backwards a little bit, and you look at your past and look at where you're at now, and those things of your past, you're making changes, or you're seeing where you're at now and comparing it to the past, and you're making the changes that you need to make that are positive in your life. For some people, I guess, if you got to call your ex, and maybe that's not a positive thing. Some people are still hanging on to the negative stuff. So that's what retrograde is going to be about for you. And I always warn everybody, when we're in retrograde, it's not. I had a client tell me the other day, she has a piece of property and it's going to be available, but she is not renting it out until after the retrograde is over, and that is a very, very smart move. So I have a cousin who is considering buying a house, and I need to have a talk with her. I told her not to sign any contracts during full moon, and she did not. So anyway, this is all really good. It's all good. We are evolving. We're at a different place. I want to say that 2015, 2016, and 2017 were just shit years for so many of us. We were in relationships. For most everybody that I know, they were in some kind of a relationship with somebody, and they ended up breaking the relationship off. And I remember in 2016, there were so many breakups, and it was like people had to learn the lessons. Look back at the relationship and see the lesson that they had to learn. And now we're at 2019, where 3 years later, it's all come full circle, and we're realizing, what we needed to learn from that relationship, and we're able to take what we need and move on with it. Just in my case, and I think I shared this with you before, in my case, I got it with, in regards to somebody being a lover, but I just didn't get it in people in general. So the universe was like, okay, you want some more punishment? I'm going to give it to you. So he put me in a job where I was so devalued. So, and finally I said, okay, universe, I get it. I get it. So fortunately I quit that job, and who knows, maybe the bad physics will take off. I sure hope so. But anyway, this is where we're at. So the Page of Wands. You're no longer, trying to figure it out. It's like you've got the game plan. You're ready to move on. You're ready to follow through with the game plan. And with the Ten of Wands, yes, you're coming to the finish line, and it's almost over, and you're ready to move forward with whatever it was you've been working on for so many years. So this is a really good for many of us. Now, again, I always say this, but I forgot to say it at the very beginning of the video. If this does not resonate with you, it's okay. This is a general reading, and it's kind of for everybody. You take and choose what resonates with you, and then the rest of it you throw out. If you want your own personal reading, you can get that by looking at my website. Also, if you live in Charleston, South Carolina, you can get a free tarot reading right here. It's a love offering donation, but it's here in my home, and I do a 3-card tarot reading. And, you know, we spend about 30 to 45 minutes together, and I always have a little high tea, some food, and good stuff for you. And then on Fridays, I do past life readings. And again, those are love offerings. So if you're interested in that and you live in Charleston, you know, hit me up. All you have to do is text me, 843-575-9243, and we can set up a time. And, you know, in the meantime, have a great week. Please try to stay cool. It's so hot out there. And if you see me on the road, I drive a little white Liberty Jeep, and you see me cussing or something, it's just, I'm hot. I don't have AC in my car, and I'm hot. That's what it is. I'll tell you a funny story, and then I gotta go. So, when I was living with the ex-boyfriend, the crazy one in Hanahan, it was, I want to say it was like in August, and I had my son with me, and I had the car that I had at the time. It did not have air conditioning, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am so hot I'm about to pass out. So I was in the neighborhood where we lived, and I pull up into my driveway, and next thing I know, there's a cop in the driveway right behind me. I had no idea, and so I get out of the car, and I just need to get inside where it's cool. And I'm like, what? What did I do? He's like, ma'am, you forgot to you didn't put your turn signal, you know, when you turned into the street. I said, well, what do you want? You want my driver's license, my record? What? And I think I scared him. I mean, he was like this big, huge cop. And I honestly believe I scared this man. And he said, I just need your driver's license. And I couldn't find my driver's license. I'm fumbling through my wallet. I'm so hot. I said, I have to go inside. So I go inside the house. And I see my ex-boyfriend. And he sees that there's a cop in the driveway. And I'm watching him. And he just keeps on driving. Because he knew there was a cop in the driveway. I guess maybe he thought the cop was after him. I don't know. So I called him. I said, it's okay. You can come home. This cop is after me. So anyway, he did. He turned around and he came home. And the poor cop, he was out there. And the ex-boyfriend, you know, pulls up and he's walking, you know, up to the front door. And the cop says to him, do you live here? And he said, yeah. He said, well, you know, so you know the lady that's inside the house. He said, yeah. He said, well, she wasn't supposed to go inside. I was trying to get her driver's license. He said, can you get her to come back out? And the ex-boyfriend said, I don't know. I'll try. So I went out, gave him my license. He said, and the cop was like, man, it's okay. I'm just giving you a warning right now. Just next time, please turn on your blinkers. So, first time in my life I think I've ever scared a policeman because I was so hot. So anyway, yes, if you see me driving on the road, don't try to stop and say hello to me or anything. If you see me outside going into a grocery store or whatever, don't stop and say hello unless we're in the grocery store and I'm nice and cool. Okay? Y'all have a great week. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.